Mr. Beast, I believe he's broke. I do. I generally believe Mr. Beast is broke, and I generally believe that Mr. Beast, is not like the multi-millionaire like people think that he is. Okay, I do believe it because the first day I saw his video, the very first time I saw his videos, I literally said, "How is this guy not broke?" And that's literally what I said. By the way, if I sound weird, it's because I took surgery and they literally stuck a metal tube in there. So I'm going to be stuck like this for a very long time, like 2 weeks. Literally just 2 weeks. But I'm going to sound weird for like 2 weeks. Even then, when I sound my voice on camera, I didn't really sound weird. I just sounded nasally. But yeah, so I'm just going to sound like this for like 2 weeks. And I hate my voice. I sound like Mickey Mouse being drowned with saliva slash nasal cavities. Anywho, Mr. Beast, let's talk about him, okay? So I generally do believe that Mr. Beast is, well, poor. I actually generally believe that Mr. Beast does not have a lot of money that most people think. Because when I first watched his videos, the dude was spending a ton of money. I swear to God, I don't know where he gets the money. And by the way, I've been doing a lot of research on content creation because I always wanted to be a content creator. And I've seen people, shout out this much money that they spent, this much, like Most Critical, for example. In the past, few years, he made $50 million over his past lifetime on YouTube, right? And so YouTubers do not make a lot of money as what most people think. The only way that YouTubers make a lot of money that you think is if you get like 1 million views per video. Like every day, if you post as much as Most Critical, you could probably be as rich as him, right? You could probably, as long as you don't spend that money, you could probably be really rich, okay? That's how most YouTubers get a lot of money, okay? It really is, okay? So when I see Mr. Beast, when I see him, and I see his videos, okay? His videos, he spends more than he gains per video. And you have to understand when you're like a big YouTuber, right, and you're making like if you're spending money, right? Well, here's the thing: if you're gonna spend money, at least say, well, I'm gonna spend $10,000, right? $10,000. Like, there's a reason why people don't go, yeah, I'm gonna be spending $50,000 every video because that's not gonna break even. That's gonna make you broke as hell. Even if you make money as Mr. Beast, eventually that's going to tear you down to shreds because how much it's going to break you. Because the thing is, it's going to practically financially kind of make you go down. Does that make sense? Just put you down slowly but surely. This is why when YouTubers make videos and stuff like this, YouTubers do not go above the $10,000. Maybe 15 or 20, but usually 10,000, that's really is the limit. And that's why people should give away 10K. Even then, most YouTubers, I would say, would probably give out 1,000 or something like that. But Mr. Beast does not do that crap. And he doesn't. And this is why I respect him. The dude spends thousands of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars nowadays on projects that is absolutely insane. For example, it was just a recent video, the celebrities video at the time I'm recording this, it's insane. The dude probably spent loads of money just to get these celebrities here, and he probably spent even more money doing the entire video alone. Big budgets to the point where that video did not break even. And here's the thing, you could also argue, well, what about Mr. Beast Gaming or Mr. Beast Reaction or whatever, right? Now, he doesn't do reaction anymore. He does gaming and stuff like that. And even then, these videos he constantly spends money on, kind of showing on how much he doesn't really break even. The only two companies I could probably say are saving Mr. Beast is the Feastables and the merch. And even then, merch isn't really, that big nowadays. When you do merch, it has to be something than t-shirts and stuff like that most of the time. Because people know nowadays, when you pay for merch, you're literally paying for the brand, right? So, like, there's a reason why you go to iShowSpeed or something like that, right? And you could see a merchandise, not all t-shirts, but you could see a merchandise that is $70 or $80. Well, you're paying for the brand, okay? So, yeah, and even then, even those brands are probably going to save him to an extent because he is spending a ton of money. For example, the Mr. Beast games, I heard he spent around $10 million off that. I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard he spent like 10 million or 50 million. Even then, that is an insane amount of money that he would be spending on per video, per episode. And even then, that episode probably broke even. But even then, though, it's crazy the fact that he's spending loads of money for videos that don't even break even. And again, these things actually catches up to you. At first, you're like, oh, well, some videos I'm losing and some videos I'm not. And then eventually it catches up to the point where it's going to financially kind of put you in the downhill. So when Mr. Beast came out and said, yeah, no, I'm poor. I'm actually, on paper, I'm a multimillionaire, but I'm actually poor. This actually makes sense. And the reason is, it's because he is spending a load amount of money than doing, you know what I'm saying, than even making the money. A great example for this is the Cars video. Now, a few years ago, he made a Cars video, and that video got 200 million views. This video right now has 200 million. Back then, within that month period, got around 50 to 60 million views. 50 to 60 million views, an average would give you around $60,000 per 10-minute video. That video was probably around 20 to 30 minutes or something like that. He's probably getting around 120,000 or even more than that, maybe around 180. I would say like 200,000 is the limit per that video within that month range. Obviously, this video has 200 million views. He got way more than $120,000, right? But even then, at that time, I highly doubt he gained money on that video. I actually think he lost a ton of money making that video because he spent it on cars and he spent it on the retail and all of that stuff. And so, because he's giving out free cars and free stuff, right? That's big, right? So he's losing a ton of money off of these financial decisions. And maybe the next video he does good. And you know what I'm saying? A great example is also I was gonna say Mr. Beast Squid Games, but it's Squid Games, okay? He made actually I'm gonna call it Mr. Beast Squid Games. He practically made a Squid Games in real life. Imagine how much money that costed. Well, at that time I actually saw videos of people saying that he made around but he spent around $8 million off these games, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, holy shit, that's crazy. $8 million. That video probably has around 500 million views by now or something like that. It did crazy. Like, I remember it getting 100 million views within a few days. It went crazy. If not a few days, I don't know how long, but that video went crazy. Even in that video alone, he probably lost a ton of money, even with his other gaming channels at that time and festivals or whatever that happened. He probably lost a ton of money due to him spending a lot more than gaining. You have to understand, a lot of YouTubers are selfish. They really are. Brett Rivera, I'm not going to call them selfish. I'm going to call them financially stable, okay? Now, when I say selfish, if you're comparing, like, for example, people like Brett Rivera, who has a ton of money, and people like Mr. Beast, obviously Mr. Beast is going to outweigh that, making Brett Rivera look completely selfish, okay? They're literally going to make him look completely selfish, even though he's not selfish. But what I'm saying is there are YouTubers out there, I'm going to call them at least, financially stable, because they don't pass that limit of spending money. There are people out there who, when they make money on YouTube, right, and they want to spend money, let's say you get 10 million views per video or 1 million views per video, there are people out there who knows that they shouldn't probably spend more than $10,000 in their video, or at least give away $10,000 and probably spent $5,000 or $6,000. Like, in total, probably spent $20,000 per video. I think that would be the limit if, like, you have videos that keep getting 10 million views, right? So people, when YouTubers make videos, my prediction is YouTubers only spend 15% more than they make. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. So they probably calculate, well, this video could be getting this much views. I'm gonna be willing to spend this much on each video so I can get more money on that. Mr. Beast doesn't do that. I hope you guys understand. Mr. Beast goes all the way and spent millions of dollars on videos that is absolutely crazy. But again, let me know what you guys think, okay? I personally think Mr. Beast is broke. I actually explains a lot of things. When I first watched his videos, I explained completely a lot of things. And even then, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I actually do think that Mr. Beast is broke, and I think there are evidence in his, companies that kind of shows why, right? And honestly, here's the thing. At the end of the day, props to Mr. Beast. The dude did a lot of crazy things on YouTube, pushed YouTube through the boundaries all the way, and it's absolutely crazy. It's crazy. He went all the way up there, and honestly, that's cool. That's cool, right? He pushed it to the point where it went right flying up in the air, and honestly, that's cool, right? And at the end of the day, Mr. Beast did a crazy amount of change, and honestly, props to this dude. Literally, props to him, and props to a lot of his coworkers and a lot of these people, because at the end of the day, nobody will ever be like Mr. Beast. Nobody will ever be like Mr. Beast because dude spends because not he's getting money, but because he's actually enjoying his job and he's enjoying on what he does. But again, let me know what you guys think. Again, I'll see you guys later. Other than that, take care, and yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm literally like sick because I have the stupid rods in my nose. But other than that, take care. Peace out. Bye.